All right, guys, let's go. We are going to be diving into another series, and it's actually a rematch here. We're still in the last chance tournament. It's Group B. For those who haven't already watched, go back and check out the previous series they played, which you will see has gone up, of course, before this. But they are once again now finding themselves here in the final deciding match to see who gets the last spot in Group B. Down here in the bottom left side of the map, it is the blue player, the Zerg, the Italian stallion, REYNOR. And once again, map 1's going to be on Glittering Ashes here. His opponent, HEROMARINE, in the top right. I believe it was opposite spawns last time they played, but dude, that was an action-packed game to kick off the series, wasn't it? I mean, it was really sick. And I thought HEROMARINE was winning, but REYNOR just did so many good Ling run buys, picked him apart, burrowing and unburrowing Zerglings. Then the Lurkers started shoving in. That was an awesome turnaround. Of course, Clash Esports and Red Bull Gaming being represented by REYNOR, and HEROMARINE representing Mouse Sports, a very aged and well-refined, august esports organization in the German scene and the European scene in general. No scouts just yet. Greetings from Cuba. Shout out to Cuba. I have my messages open right now. We found out. Let's see if we regret that or not. We'll find out. Thank you, Ebby. Hopefully Ebby's found their way to the Twitch chat and uses that instead. But guys, if we get some colorful chat popping up in game, I hope you don't mind the distraction. I am, as always, a professional who prioritizes interacting with weirdos on the internet and the interesting and strange circumstances that come from that over having refined and perfectly produced content. Thank you for watching that. If you guys are watching this on my Pigcast channel, don't forget to go over to my main channel or my original channel, the Pig channel, to watch Bronze to GM Zerg to learn about how to improve a Zerg. And if you want to watch the Terran or the upcoming Protoss Bronze to GM, that's going to be over on my Pig coaching channel. Links to those should be down in the description below and linked in my profile as well. HEROMARINE does not find any damage. This seems to just be like the thing. I feel like I'm so used to HEROMARINE Clem getting kills with their Reapers, and then they play REYNOR, and REYNOR's like, my early game's the best. I am the best early game player. I kill everybody. Lol, 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 lol. And it just is the way it is. It's REYNOR, man. He doesn't take damage. He spreads his creep perfectly. Some of the most immaculate first 8 minutes of Zerg vs Terran you'll ever see are played on the regular basis by this player who's opening up with Overlord speed. Okay. There's been a lot of battlecruiser play from HEROMARINE in their previous series. Multiple games opening up with a single battlecruiser to harass into bio. And honestly, you guys have got to remember, HEROMARINE might be a little devastated because, I mean, I don't want to spoil it in case you haven't watched it. You guys are watching the series in the wrong order if you're watching this on YouTube. But let's just say, I mean, you obviously could have figured out that he lost to Maru, but he also just lost to him right before this match, and in the most painful way possible, with an unforced error and an error he's probably makes one every 1,000 games. That absolutely rare mistake. But anyways, Hellions and Reapers going to be poking around. The Overlord's going to see absolutely everything for now. Fusion Core could still go down, but it's probably should have started by now, if it was going to. Hellions are building. You can see, of course, that third base starting to get some drones rallying over to it. Didn't transfer them straight away, but look at this. Already 2 tumors on the right, 1 on the left. Now, one problem REYNOR had on 2,000 atmospheres versus HEROMARINE before was not getting creep in front of his 4th. He's got great creep on the right, which means he should be taking this 4th base, not this one in the top left. That should be his 5th base, potentially. He's going to put more tumors up there and spread in that direction, but I do think if he spreads continually, the right side is going to be, in general, an easier spot to defend on this map, in my opinion, because you can flank really well over here. I guess these rocks are a bit of a nuisance. Definitely something to keep an eye on. It was a Viking first, and then a Liberator next up, by the way. Viking hasn't found much just yet, just a single Overlord. Oh, look at that! He knew the Overlord would come back in for a scout later on, and so his Marines were there to intercept it. Does the Viking go back for that? Maybe it will, maybe not. 3rd Command Center has landed for now. And we do see those extra barracks and engineering bays on the way. Marines going to try and take that Overlord out. For now, of course, both players just getting on up that economic tree. That tech tree will start availing itself to both players. And this 4th base looking tempting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creep tumors active just on the left side of the map. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 active tumors. Wow. REYNOR, I mean, this is one of the few maps where I can get behind that many creep tumors as well. Especially with his scouting, he's seen no armory, no sign of Hellbats, no sign of a committed push. So he knows he doesn't really need to save up energy for transfuse the way he might need to versus battle cruisers, Hellbats, any of the more committed pushes that could come out of the opponent. Now the Liberator comes in and actually tries to reposition on the north. I'm not sure if I agree with that. And is gonna, oh, the Spore has to run around that Baneling Nest, actually obstructing his Spore Crawler, making this defense much harder. Great Hellion volley. Good spready on the Zerglings, but uh-oh. Oh, the Hellions run on in. Oh, and look at that. Queens from the left side gonna do some good damage. Evo Chamber there would have been beautiful. If he put an Evo Chamber there, that would have been great. As it is, the Hellions are finding a few good volleys. Will it be enough? One more volley and then pull out would be great. 13 drones in total. The Liberator re-sieged on the right side, and that Baneling Nest terribly placed by REYNOR. This is a fundamental rule I always tell people when I coach beginners. Don't build your buildings behind your mineral line as Zerg because it obstructs your ability to deal with drops or air harass coming in because you can't rotate behind your mineral line. It's a cute reposition from REYNOR, just barely catches the edge of the Liberator with that. But I think a bit of a mistake from REYNOR, and once again, 16 drones going down, 20 Zerglings for just 8 Hellions and a Reaper. Fantastic play by the German Italian up against his his Italian brethren. Oh, ow, 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 ow. That was a fresh mule, not a bad pickoff. Does save most of those Zerglings. REYNOR, never count him out. Never count him out. We saw what he did last time here on Glittering Ashes. I gotta say, HEROMARINE looks pretty commanding though. The second factory is coming down at the third. He's gonna be building a fourth command center out here any moment now. Marines are cascading across this map. And it's gonna be hard. REYNOR now up at 72 works. He's gonna play Hydroling Bane. He did do fast double Evo. He's already got 2-2 on the way. He'll swap into range upgrades when those are done. And he's gonna get a pack of Hydras out just to add some mobile anti-air, some range damage. And he's gonna look to just swarm with Lingbane Hydra in the mid game. It's a very mobile style. I do like it defensively, but because he's already under, because he's already behind, it's a bit of a problem. HEROMARINE stayed too long there, mismicroed that, did lose one medevac's worth of Marines, gets the other medevac loaded up just barely in time, starts picking off some creep tumors, but not quite able to chop the head off of this monster. So that creep does respread. REYNOR does need to put another tumor back over here, maybe over here or something to fill in the gaps. His 4 base is nice and solid though, and that's going to be a triple drop going out the left side of the map. Of course, we've got the tech lab up on the second factory, the reactor up on the one in the main, 3 more barracks going down, 2-2 upgrades. HEROMARINE is powering like a champ right now. You can see a little break in his marine production just so we could get all of those structures down. So even the best player in the world takes a gap in his marine, or one of the best players in the world does take a gap in his marine production once in a while. And because from now, all he needs to do is macro off his control groups, hold those keys down, and that allows him to focus on harassing and engaging his opponent on the front. Good spreadies from REYNOR. Going to largely limit the damage. That drop's going to go past into the main, though. He's going to abuse the triangle there, there, and there. 3 potential drop angles. REYNOR not having any of it. He's going to drop 3 spores. If they try to go back north, they are going to find a lot of anti-air waiting for him. Drop on the right side, running in. Ooh! Juicy hits there for REYNOR, but his main base is taking some big damage. Banelings get there just in time. Only 8 drones. He's got to be careful. Doesn't know about those spore crawlers. He's about to find out. And he's aware now of the danger that he's in. Queen's covering the right side of the triangle. Spores the top side, the bottom side. A squad of Hydroling Bane is now going to have to be on duty here until this medevac drop leaves. And they're just going to be stuck in that corner for now. But army on the front, pushing on forward. Still a lot of creep here. HEROMARINE, I think he's just low on scans right now. Otherwise, surely he'd be clearing this up. There we go. He's going to try and clear this left side of it, but still the active tumors unscouted up there. He's also not spreading his Marines out all that much. So a bunch of the tumors survive up there that were in range of the scan. Hydroling Bane comes forward. Another Widowmine goes down. A few Ling Banes still waiting in the main, not allowing him to unload. Planetary's up on the 4th base for HEROMARINE. That supply lead he's had for so long, it feels like he hasn't been able to do as much with it as he would have liked. And with the Hydras out, he's very afraid of overcommitting on the front. Uh-oh, Widowmines are going to get a few decent hits off, but HEROMARINE's going to have to back away for now. And one more Baneling in there. That Widowmine will get a decent hit as well. Yet another Hydra goes down. Of course, Hydralisk is more expensive than a Widowmine. It's 150 resources for just 100. Marines still microing their hearts out. Comes back in on the right side of the triangle on the left. HEROMARINE is still got a big supply lead, and REYNOR's just struggling to get on top of this, man. He doesn't have the air stuff to deal with this. I gotta tell you, as a player, when you don't have a way of just shoving them out of a corner like that, it's very frustrating. Whether I'm playing Protoss without a Stargate or Zerg without a Spire, it triggers the shit out of me. If I'm Terran, I immediately build a Viking to go kill that. It's so annoying just having to manage that triple drop, and it's allowing HEROMARINE to get a lot of momentum. He's canceled the base on the right side. REYNOR had a very rough start to this game. In the units lost tab, he's very, very far behind, almost 2-1 in that regard. But it looks like that drop in the main finally is going to go down. The full medevacs die. The empty medevac will get back to safety. But oh, another Baneling hit on the Marines. But wait, Hydra's in the open. And remember, if Hydras are fighting against pure bio, it's very bad for the Hydras. Another good Baneling hit. HEROMARINE's micro not looking as crisp as it did in the previous games. That being said, he is still all over REYNOR. If he can get rid of this creep, and he finally is going to chop the head off of that Hydralisk, off of that Python, and does manage to stop it. Oh, he's going to get flanked again. Uh-oh. He does pull into a nice little corner. That's actually it. Oh, the Marauders did some great tanking, but once again, late on the pickup. HEROMARINE. Oh, he's in the bottom at the same time. He's taken down the Queens with the Marine Marauder. Remember, the Queens do not do much damage to +2 bio units. Forces the Ling Bane down there. That allows some Widowmine hits. First one, not bad. 8 kills on the first Widowmine. Overseers have been doing a really good job of clearing it up, though. I feel like with this style, REYNOR does such a better job of clearing up Widowmines than he does with his Ling Bane into Lurker style. That's what I really love about the control of it. The problem is that HEROMARINE will not let him get a 5th base. He will not let him get creep control. The Widowmine's marching forward. The bio marching forward. Only 2 kills on that on that Widowmine from the Zerglings. And 2 more command centers are coming up. A third one is already finished transferring into an orbital. We've got Ghost production 3-3 on the way. The desperate Lurker transition coming out here for REYNOR. But it feels like HEROMARINE, he got ahead early, and even though he's taken a few messy trades where he's been hit by Banelings, that's been mixed in with him killing drones, sniping hatcheries, clearing the creep, and there has been just 0 molestation on the Terran side of the map. And I know some of you say, well, molestation, like molesting? Yes, that's what you do. As a Zerg, you're very aggressive, you're getting in the face, you're touching the Terran in the bits where they don't want to be touched. That's basically what your job is. Because if HEROMARINE gets to pick and choose where the fights happen, like he is here, he's going to stim, he's going to spread, his Widowmines are going to burrow, he's going to take a good fight. You need your Ling run bys. Look at this, undefended base except for 1 Widowmine. Planetary only, undefended base going up in the middle. REYNOR finally is going to go for that Ling backstab. That's the secret to his success. It's how he brought himself back in their last match on Glittering Ashes. He's going to go for it again. The Widowmine will not defend that base. Big fight down there at the same time. Not many Banelings, but he does have Lurkers out. They'll stall it out. Zerglings find the mineral line. This could be the beginning of a comeback for REYNOR, who, remember, still has a 77 worker economy. He doesn't want to lose this hatchery, though. If he loses the hatch, he's probably dead. Banelings do manage to drip through. The Marauders, though, doing a great job of tanking. The Ghost there hanging on as well. I think, honestly, running in and clicking the hatch might be a choice that's worth taking. Ooh, second factory's going to burn down. That's a great pickoff. Forces the lift as well. And HEROMARINE, who was, of course, kind of maxed for a little bit there, struggling to get enough units together to deal with this. Planetary in the middle, Planetary on the left, though, and those are holding firm and solid. Widowmine on the left side. REYNOR, as always, doing some sexy little spreadies. And once again, he sees these Widowmines, and whoa, not the best spready there. Bit of miss micro from REYNOR, uncharacteristic. REYNOR is one of those players who's usually the best in the world at spreading against those Widowmines in chaotic scenarios, but it definitely feels like he has been less untouchable of late. Now, some players out there, the REYNOR fanboys, his setup wasn't good. He was playing on his laptop. His dog ate his homework. His dog ate his mousepad. I know, guys. I know REYNOR's been moving setups and moving house and all that stuff over the last few months, but there's a certain point where there's only so many tournaments in a row you get that excuse. I gotta say, I think this is all HEROMARINE running circles around him and kicking, but I don't think we can just put this down to REYNOR's setup being slightly different or anything like that. HEROMARINE is showing excellent play today, but oh god, this is scary. Ling backstab behind. Lurker still doing damage on the Planetary. He needs to stop this attack in its tracks, but it feels like these backstabs have really turned things around. And look at this, the Lurkers have driven a wedge between these two bases. Lings get cleaned up there. He's going to try and scan, but he just can't quite reach that Ibex cannon. It just can't quite reach. It's just a little bit too small on that 6 range. He needs to send Marauders up to deal with that. They will finally clear that Lurker up. It hasn't been microed in a while from Reynor. If he shift-clicked that on the turret, might have been able to do a bit more damage. Ling's going to go in on the right side again. They set off the Widow Mines. They do find the mineral line. Lurkers are going to go for that base. The Banelings should be able to clear out those SCVs, and what a mighty prize that is! 15 workers going down, and HEROMARINE now unable to just capitalize on the fact that he had Reynor pinned back on 4 bases for so long. HEROMARINE, he gets over to Heavy Ghosts. I mean, this is a composition you could make a comeback with, but 16 SCVs and the 5th base go down. And Reynor, on the other hand, the moment he was left alone on his side of the map, 2 full mineral lines get taken. 5th and 6th base immediately saturated. He does need to put some attention and some effort into his creep spread. He's only got 5 queens, but you can see, look at this, active tumors that he's kind of put down everywhere. Reynor's handling this chaotic situation very well. Widowmine, that looks like that turret was just in detection range. Of course, for those who don't know, if a Widowmane fires at you, but then you burrow in time, it'll only deal the splash damage if it no longer has vision on you. But that one did full damage. It didn't just do the 40 splash damage. That's how we know it was, of course, the nasty situation. The 5th hatch goes down one more time. Lurker harass coming in. He's got to shift-click this on the SCVs, Reynor. Just, if he shift-clicks those SCVs with the Lurker back there, he can do massive damage. But what's he doing? He's running away now. He says, hey, I baited the scan. That's cool. That one got cleared up. And he's going to just run it away. I would love to see him kill that sensor tower. That would be pretty big as well. Widowmine blocking the base as well. What a nuisance HEROMARINE is being. A Liberator coming in on that right side. He does not have range upgrade on that. Just using this as a pain in the butt side. Lurker comes back forward. Once again, not getting in the mineral line and shift-clicking the SCVs. I do think this is a missed opportunity for Reynor, but he's got so much going on at home. He's got this giant, scary army to worry about. He's got very few Banelings. It's almost pure Zergling with a few Lurkers, a few Hydras, a few Banes. Sniping drones! Chad Gamer, HEROMARINE sniping drones across the gap. He says, hey, I can't reach you unless... 32 Zerglings just died to that Widowmine. And someone please clip that sound so I could put that on my soundboard. I don't think I've made that sound before, but I think it was absolutely the right sound for what we just witnessed. Zerglings are going to run into the main and the natural at the same time. Still, the Ghosts hanging out over there, potentially denying that. We've got the Zerglings running into the main and the natural. This is where Reynor's at his best. And he's got Burrow? No, he doesn't have Burrow. So he's not going to be as annoying with this as he normally is, and as he was in the previous one. Look at that, though! The flank! The Overseer surrounding! The Lings, the Banes! A lot of Ghosts just got ripped apart! And he says, how about that 32 kill Widowmine? What do the bodies of your dead Ghosts and Marines think about that, dickhead? And HEROMARINE, of course, thinks, oh fuck, oh shitballs, because now there is a very scary attack coming. Does he have the numbers? He's got a big arc. He's trying to snipe, he's trying to scan. He needs another scan in here. If this one runs out and he doesn't have another scan, he will be screwed, but I think he's just barely got the numbers. And he does. The Lurker line busts. Reynor desperately tries to push through that bulge in the line, but HEROMARINE evacuates, unloads, comes in from 2 flanks in a giant 180 arc. And that was a beautiful, beautiful engagement there. It was so close. I don't fault either player for taking that fight. It looked like it was very close, but we see that the moment you have just enough units in those fights, it turns very good for you. Another 16 drones go down. Reynor's top left base has been annihilated. His bottom right base has not been retaken. He's back to his original 4 bases. A tale as old as time. Reynor unable to secure a 5th base for more than a moment. HEROMARINE is all over him, and HEROMARINE saying, make this game as scrappy as you want. I'm better than you. And this is something, I see those words in the confidence with which he's playing, and that's not something I would normally expect. HEROMARINE normally, I mean, I think of him a year ago running into Reynor in the weekly cup and going, oh, and you could hear the stress in his voice, knowing how hard he'd have to play to take even a map or 2 off Reynor. But check it out, HEROMARINE, they're outplaying him in a macro game on Glittering Ashes, and he is 1 game from going through the group. Alright everybody, game 2, and he is on the tiny map. I mean, this is so scary. This map looked oppressive in their last series. It looked real hard for him to play. He's gonna have to make sure he doesn't play too greedy. I'm expecting him to really double down on the safety of his opening and then massling Bane off 60 drones. I think we're going to see a big momentum style for Reynor here in the top left. Clash and Red Bull riding on his shoulders. We'll see if it does indeed give him wings. Because this man in the bottom right, he's on the war path. I mean, by all rights, I think there's a lot of people who think he should already be out of this group stage with how he's playing today. But you know what? You got to be able to seal the deal in StarCraft. It's not just about getting to an advantage. It's about maintaining the calm, the poise, the overall strategic viewpoint, not tunnel visioning, not getting too excited. Remembering to breathe and play the game and enjoy the process even when that amazing, amazing landmark victory is within your grasp. He's got to keep it together. It's Mouse Esports, Big Gabe. HEROMARINE. Gabriel Sagat, a man who streams, the biggest Terran streamer in StarCraft, teaches a lot, commentates a lot. We had a lot of fun hiring him to do dumb strats, where we got him to basically do Twitch Plays Big Gabe, one of my favorite segments during our Pigsty Festival, and I'd love to redo it at some point, because I think the next time I do something like that, probably with like Estrella, because I think he's just such a creative player as well. But HEROMARINE was a lot of pros, they can't really, they struggle to play weird stuff. We managed to get HEROMARINE to do planetary fortress rushes, to do nuke rushes, to do all sorts of silly things, and he just rolled with it, talked smoothly while he was doing it. And it's so cool because you see him on his stream always talking, always communicating, sharing what he's doing. And look at this, guys. This is a 3 Marine opening from HEROMARINE. That's very different. And that Overlord, I mean, there's no safety here. This Marine should rally up here. Oh, he screwed up. That Marine needs to be going over here. But it doesn't matter. It's going to go down anyway. It's a great way to start things off. And REYNOR does need to queue up another Overlord pretty quickly, but I think he wants to go third base first, right? Now remember, REYNOR played very safe with the Overlord speed last game, so he wasn't setting himself up to get an early lead. This time he's going to skip it, go straight for the third on the front. These two Zerglings going to dodge those Marines. He's quickly pulling his Overlords back to the safety of the pillars, and these two Zerglings going to run it around, which is really cute because he might get in there and kill an SCV. REYNOR realizing, look, two Zerglings isn't going to help at home, but maybe we get in there before he swaps these buildings around, and indeed he will. Oh, it would have been sick. If he got here 5 seconds earlier, he could have blocked the factory landing. That would have ruined HEROMARINE's build. He would have had to pull like 6 SCVs to kill the Zerglings that could have held position there. Would have blocked the factory for a solid 15 seconds, delaying a full round of Hellions, delaying mining time. But REYNOR just barely misses that timing and isn't quite able to be as annoying as he wanted to. Double Queen production on the way here for REYNOR, already at 3 minutes 30. So you can see 16 on minerals. He should be rallying these next drones onto gas, I would imagine. And he's going to build one more drone there, and then 6 Zerglings already. Oh, someone's planning some Zergling shenanigans. He's going to do some little run-bys, I think. So he's already got a 2 Zergling run-by he wants to send in, just for a bit of scouting, potentially. Maybe pick off an SCV. HEROMARINE's there. He's ready. And the Hellion's almost getting a snipe on the tumor. Don't take much damage in return, but looks like he did lose his Reaper there. No, he never built a Reaper, did he? Units lost tab reminding us of that. HEROMARINE has not lost a single unit. And the third command center goes down right on time. 4 minutes 10, guys. Super solid build order. He does pause his Hellion production. Not only for that, but also because his fusion core's finishing. So HEROMARINE's gone back to the battlecruiser, and REYNOR will not know this is coming. So it's actually really cool. I mean, REYNOR, okay, so to be honest, he did see the starport earlier, and I actually would assume if I don't see an air unit by about 5 minutes 10, 5:15, and they've built this many Hellions, I mean, especially if you've seen the starport, you know it's not a third command center. You basically are like, oh, okay. I mean, you're not doing a 2-on-1. It must be a battlecruiser. So REYNOR should be able to make that read. That spore was mostly for safety. He builds one there, one in each base. They're not... So this could be Cloaked Banshees. I guess it could be Cloaked Banshees waiting for Cloak. So he builds the spores earlier than needed for the battlecruiser, but that's pretty perfect in case it was just slightly delayed Banshees. 3 barracks are up. Double engineering bays are going down in the back of the main as well. Hellion's not able to put too much of a dent in the creep spread. 51 drones, 52 drones are now out. REYNOR's third, fully saturated. He's adding a second gas there. Should be putting workers onto that momentarily. You can see pretty crisp. It finishes immediately onto gas. Lair and Baneling Nest. And that first battlecruiser's out. And it's going to teleport in. Where'd he go? Right over the main base. It's a prime target. He'd like to get out of range of the spore if he could. But more important than that is trying to focus down the drones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't quite get the 5th. Yes, he does. Never mind. Queen will go down next. That's a very juicy target. Gets another drone. He knows that won't escape. Does target it down. Transfuse forced out on that Queen. These Queens, on creep, they can chase it down. Off creep, not so well. Battlecruiser with a great start. 6 drones, a Queen. Now it's going to pick off some Overlords. Definitely feels like Reynor was not expecting this, and he's going to pay a hefty price. Multiple Overlords up here. Oh, dude, that's nasty. He might be able to save that one. HEROMARINE just going to use his range, though. Not worth transfusing that. Does go down. Hellions still all out. He's got that Marine production on the way. Feels like a real awkward opening for Reynor, who's on 5 gases now. Ooh, I like that. Doesn't kill the battlecruiser, but he will secure this 4th hatchery. And remember, this creep is very important. He's got to get this creep forward. He cannot waste time. It's ready to spread as of 2 seconds ago. And he spreads it just a few seconds later. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. 11 creep tumors spreading at once. He's spreading down that bottom side as well. He hasn't put a tumor there, which is a little lazy, but it's more important to get it through the middle, because that's where their push is usually going to come from. If you've got creep there, you can always run forward and stall them out. And look, he didn't really kill anything there. The 2 active tumors are still up. The Queens can replace all of this. He needs to get his Marines going. Tanks are producing right now. HEROMARINE, oh man, he's still in such a good spot. So what I'd like to see from HEROMARINE is something I saw, I think it was Gumiho do recently, guys. If you put a tank there and there, when you're clearing creep up here with Marines, you can always bait them into this giant area that the siege tank covers. It's actually disgusting. I haven't seen anyone else do it on this map, but it is like so sick. I think he might have done it versus someone really good. I feel like it was one of those games where Gumiho punched up against not Cyril, but someone else really, really good. Anyway, Marines are coming on forward, picking off some creep tumors, but one of the active tumors survives, which means it can easily respread. And once again, HEROMARINE a little too slow on the pickup. 8 Marines go down. And guys, they're playing the EU server. They're both in Europe. So those sort of late pickups, very uncharacteristic. We didn't see too much of that in the first series at all, but this time around, HEROMARINE's been making it. To be fair, his macro is still perfect. I wouldn't say he's screwing other things up. Ooh, 1-1's finished in the armory, only just started now. So he's going to lose that massive upgrade advantage that he had. So this opening set him up for a big upgrade advantage. That's now going to disappear, and Reynor gets a 4th mineral line up, and he is in survival mode right now. Very small tactical run bys, just a couple of Banelings here or there, a couple of Zerglings, and he's just trying to defend his side of the map. Queen's there ready. The battlecruiser saw them and just backs off. He's going to bring that in a little bit later, waiting for drones to transfer, wait for those soft, fragile targets. I'd also love to see the battlecruiser do a run by into the natural and then the main base, and then teleport out. That'd be a great usage of that battlecruiser. Banelings come forward. They will get their Hellions. Marine's going to look pretty decent. Oh, pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up. Whoa! Great flank from Reynor, who, by the way, guys, he's playing cheeky creep here. We have a game in Australia called Cheeky Nuts, where let's just say nuts show up where they shouldn't be in photographs. This one here is cheeky creep. What the fuck is creep doing at my 3rd base? It's a small map, and Reynor, because his creep's only been pushed back on the north, his creep on the south out of control. HEROMARINE launches into action and clears up some of it, but there's still active tumors there. The battlecruiser does need to fall back. And I'd love to see that battlecruiser just queue to the corner and then queue back along that left flank of the map. At the very least, guess what? There's no creep respreading here. Why? Because his queens are being occupied. It's so annoying. As a Zerg, when all your queens are busy defending the battlecruisers, it's hard to split one off and then spread creep, because then what control group does it go on? What, are you going to have 2 different control groups? That's insane. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. Oh, Link Bane flank. It's set up one more time. He wants to go for it. He wants to crush this army. Reynor wants to crush this army. He's set up. Oh, Link Bane coming in from all sides. He's going for it. The tank's in a nice spread. The Marines trying to get to the top right. Big Baneling detonation. Takes out about half of the Marines, and that is a cleanup, and it's the cleanup that he was looking for. Because remember, guys, there is no Widowmine production, and that is really what he needs right now. He's building siege tanks, which, while they're very good on this small map, they are not the end-all and the be-all. The battlecruiser, though, kills 3 drones, kills a spore crawler. HEROMARINE pushes again. Was this a mistake? It's equal upgrades. Marines trying to fight on all sides. He's going to save some Marines in the north. Pick up. It's time to consolidate. Double Liberator coming in the back as well. But I don't think that's going to work very well, because guess what? Your army just got cleaned up, and HEROMARINE wisely realizes Reynor will take no damage to that unless he's distracted elsewhere. So he pulls back. He says, battlecruiser, go home and repair. Liberators, you guys just wait on station. We'll radio you up when I've got him occupied on the north side of the map, and that's when we'll fight. HEROMARINE's still pushing. He's got to be careful. He's got to take good fights. Borrowed Baneling! Banelings! I didn't even see them. Burrowed Banelings just popped a ton of those Marines. He shuts that push down. Holy crap, where else does he have those set up? I think those were the only two when he lands it. Liberators do come in on the back of the natural, but guess what? Once again, the front got cleared up. Reynor's not distracted. He says, easy peasy, I'll just send my queens me spore. I'm going to shut that down, mate. You ain't doing shit. Bit of mining time, bit of distraction. That's all the value you're getting. Another double lib goes out the north. 2 more Banelings there. He's got 2 more Banelings in the smoke in there. Double drop there. Libs. Uh-oh. Those not being actively microed. HEROMARINE needs to focus on his Marine count, and honestly, he's swapping into Widowmine Drilling Claws, but he needs that reactor. It's the most important part of his play. He's trying to split Reynor's attention, but the Spore Crawler distracts the Battlecruiser. That lib hiding in the corner. These libs trying to come in, but there's spores everywhere. Reynor's clued on. He says, you know I'm only playing Queenling Bane. Guess what? I just got a round of Hydras out, and I built 47 Spore Crawlers, you dickhead. The Spore moves there. The Battlecruiser getting shot down. HEROMARINE, he's trying to stretch the attention of Reynor, but doing this without a scary push on the front. We get to see Reynor's class as a player. If he isn't scrambling on the front to micro against your your Marines, your tanks, Reynor's going to handle that with ease. Reynor's too good to fall apart to 3-4 libs and a Battlecruiser queuing into different bases. And now HEROMARINE, he still does not have a reactor. He's going double tanks because he's like, well, I can't really invest in Widow Mines because it's too close to late game. You could have Lurkers out, and he's absolutely right. Burrowed Banelings there, still looking rather menacing, not finding the mark. You might wonder why he has none on the left. It's because he has creep on the left, and he knows that they would have been spotted by scans. So there's no point investing in them unless you've got no creep in that area of the map. HEROMARINE's too good. It's too unlikely you're going to catch him walking on creep without the scan. Widowmine's Marines do push back. That was a very good win there for Reynor in that engagement. It allows him to push back the creep on the bottom. The creep is still not very rich up there. It's still looking rather poor. And that's a mostly Marine army. Great for killing Lings, Banes, Hydras. Very high damage. Really, really soft and fragile against the Lurkers, though. Remember, Lurkers do a bit of bonus to Armored, but they do splash damage. Marines cannot handle this. And HEROMARINE shoves on creep. Way too clumped, and he gets absolutely wiped. No 4th base, no follow-up. He was rather all in. And HEROMARINE unable to close it out there on Curious Minds. Too much of a delay on his 2-2. And the big flanks and shutdowns on those Marine tank pushes were just a little bit too good. I would have loved to see HEROMARINE abuse these spots here and just use that as a leveraging position, because I always feel like up here, whenever your tanks are there, if they just set up a flank on 2 sides, it's a wide enough open area. We saw the Ling Bane can fight really well there. Fantastic hold. Reynor keeps himself alive in this group. All right, let's go. This game is going to decide who makes it out in the final spot of Group B. Down here in the bottom left, this is Clash Gaming's Red Bull Esports, Reynor. His opponent in the top right, Big Gabe. Yeah, still had some moments in that last game, but I would have loved to see those Widow Mines, man. I would love to see Widow Mines instead of tanks. I know tanks are great on that map, but the committed tank pushes there held very well by a Zerg Reynor, who you could tell, he was like, I'm going to stop on 75 workers and do nothing but make Ling Bane. Huge respect for the power of pushes on that map. He overcommitted to Ling Bane. Best way to handle those Marine tank pushes. He always flanked, he always surrounded. Whereas we've seen recently a lot of players fighting front on into tank pushes, which is just so much worse. If you surround a Marine tank push, you will shut it down. And sorry for those watching on YouTube. We just there's a little chat about meth in chat in between game. Don't take my advice, and no, let's not go further down that line. Twitch chat, we're not gonna. You guys can talk about it all you want, but yeah. Anyways, your teeth may fall out. Yes. Don't smoke meth, kids. Don't smoke meth. Not that I can speak from personal experience, but I have seen some shirtless people at the train station speaking in tongues. These two, on the other hand, definitely people who aren't smoking meth, because they are incredibly good at StarCraft, and that's very hard. Now, guys, this is 6 Zerglings coming out. 6 Zerglings off a pool first. HEROMARINE did not scout. He's played reactor first. How does this work? I think 2 Marines pop just in time. Yeah, he starts them instantly, and you know what? He's trying to dodge a Reaper right now, is Reynor. He's like, where's that Reaper? And I think he's realizing, okay, the Reaper's not coming out. I gotta go. I gotta get in here. Thing is, if he just quickly runs that SCV, pulls 4 or 5 SCVs to fight with the Marines, and then his next 2 Marines are going to be out in just 18 seconds from now, guys. He's got to react, though. HEROMARINE. Oh, if he got those surrounded, this would be a huge problem. Look at that quick pull on that SCV. I think REYNOR gets it. No, he doesn't. Great micro by HEROMARINE, and now, with Marines 3 and 4 coming out, REYNOR knows he needs to pull back. This is one of the best build orders against what REYNOR is doing. So REYNOR commits a lot there. He even goes a quick Ling speed, which is entirely unnecessary because there's no Hellions. So this is probably, I would say, for me, I would feel like if I was in REYNOR's shoes, shit, I'm a little bit behind from the get-go. This is not what I wanted to have happen. And this is actually a 3 racks follow-up from HEROMARINE, my least favorite build order out there. But the only thing I have that's less favorite than this 3 racks build order against Zerg is how poorly Zerg players have been handling it. It's been in the meta for a while though now, and I feel like if anyone's going to shut this down, it's going to be REYNOR. If REYNOR can realize what's going on, so he should be trying to send some Zergings around once Ling speeds up. I feel like what we don't see enough from Zergs is overcommitting to units, setting up a flank, sandwiching their Marines, surrounding them, and just getting a huge advantage. If you can kill their first, usually it's about, what, 20, 25 Marines with stim and shields, pushing around that 5-minute mark. If you surround and kill those, it's huge.
Please don't spend this on maths.
Please don't spend this on maths, but I need tutoring. Thank you very much, Fart, for the $5 tip. And don't worry, guys, don't smoke maths. If you smoke maths, it's probably not good because the numbers will get too deep in your brain and you will go crazy. But I do need tutoring, honestly. I'm not very good at counting. And one of those earlier series I was casting today, I was trying to add 24 to 18, and it took me like 20 seconds. I was like, it wrinkled my brain. I had to wrinkle my brain to add 18 and 24. Like that level of big brain going on over here, guys. So definitely don't play too much StarCraft, guys. It will hurt you. But as I said, big Zergling sandwich could win this game. Because he's going to push, and the idea is you threaten with it. And if they're too light on units, you might push in. And he's very light on units. REYNOR, though. Oh, the Overlord. This Overlord's very well placed. He will see this. Okay, very well done by REYNOR. He has to do nothing but build Zerglings. He's almost supply blocked. Oh, man. That Overlord's so useful, though. And look at this lovely little Zergling backstab. Does find the wall raise, so we won't get in. But he's going to come back now. He's going to gather his queens at the front. Probably every single queen. Yeah, you see he's pulling them all to the front. And he's going to mass Zerglings. Now, a lot of people also like to make a fast Baneling nest and then make Banelings. Slow Banelings are really shit against the Marines unless they come really deep on creep. I think pure Zergling queens a better way to do it. Of course, that Bane speed, well timed to get... Bane nest, sorry, well timed to get Bane speed, as it will time out with the lair finishing. He has a Zergling flank getting ready. Yeah, very well done with the positioning, but you can't chase him too far off creep. Careful, REYNOR, careful. This is a queen. He's got to kind of bait that stim out. HEROMARINE, though, look at his positioning. Well done by HEROMARINE. Doesn't need to leave. Units lost tab. It's okay. That's okay for REYNOR. That's a good enough hold. Obviously, he didn't know this was coming, so he didn't have a chance to do what I was talking about with overcommitting to the units just yet. He's now mixing drones and units, and he's only going single Evo up against, of course, the single engineering bay of HEROMARINE. HEROMARINE's third command center starts up at 5 minutes 30 in the main base, and that is, of course, coming after the factory in the starport. We'll see medevacs joining the fray in the near future. Lings are there, 6 Banelings are morphing, and he's going to set up the flank. Lings, this is the arm that's going to come in from behind and hold those Marines in place while the Banelings explode on them. This is about to get brutal. If HEROMARINE doesn't realize what's up, that scan's going to run out, and that's when REYNOR comes in. REYNOR's coming in from the left. HEROMARINE doesn't see it. He doesn't see it. Oh, beautiful setup from REYNOR. So patient. He waited till the scan ran out. And HEROMARINE playing way too deep on creep there. Oversteps. And he oversteps. He thought REYNOR would be greedy there. He kind of just sensed it. And that's it. As the Terran player with those Marines, you don't have Hellions. You don't have those mobile units. You don't have the scouting. And that was a big problem. It got punished super hard. REYNOR is thinking about ambushing him when he moves out, or maybe even busting his wall. He's out here. Drop's going to move out the left side. It's a tank and 10 Marines. He's going to look to work this ledge and cancel the 4th base. It's a cute idea, and somehow it doesn't get spotted. You get a tank on that ledge, you can cancel the 4th. Little does he realize REYNOR, anticipating this, has taken the 4th up the center. So it's going to have to just be maybe siege the tank in the back of the main, something like that, and rebuild from there. I like this move. He realizes he's behind. He goes reactor on the factory. Widow Mines are the comeback unit, guys. Widow Mines are the unit that'll get you there. Sieging the tank on the... that's got to be a misclick. That's a terrible tank position. You got a ledge. Oh, wait, they're playing the TLMC version of the map. You cannot fit siege tanks there. I did not realize, guys, they're playing the Team Liquid map contest version, not the ladder version. So they are playing the edited version that got rid of the tank dropping spot. I forgot about that. The ladder version, you can still siege 2 tanks on this. On this version, they put that little black doodad, whatever that is, and it does actually block that. This has not really done any damage, but here we go. It served as a distraction, gets a bit of mining time, 3 drones. Doesn't need to get out of here. You don't want to throw these units away. HEROMARINE loses a couple of them. Oh, that tank's doing some good damage. 2 queens, 3 queens, 4 queens go down. Oh, REYNOR overstepping there. Still got 7 queens left, so it's not like that really damages him in the follow-up. But good trades for HEROMARINE, who's fighting his way back into this game. And REYNOR tied on equal workers. The third's going to be able to land now. Feels like this is definitely a good start to getting back into this series. And 1-1 will be kicking in for REYNOR as he went into a very late double evo. But guess what? 1-1 has finished off single engineering bay for HEROMARINE. So as long as HEROMARINE's remembered to keep that going himself, he does have an armory, but he's only got 1 eBay. He needs to get that second engineering base started stat. Second factory is coming down in the tech lab. Needs to start pumping those widow mines. Burrowed banelings! Watch out for those burrowed banelings. Ooh, the Marines just picked off 2 drones from the low ground. HEROMARINE getting very cutesy there. And look at that, guys. The tank on the low ground, the Marines in the main yet again here. Oh, he's so annoying. Just being really annoying for REYNOR to deal with. But REYNOR runs in with mass Zerglings. Oh, okay, he gets 17 SCVs. HEROMARINE is trying to shove on the other side of the map, but he's realizing, wait, there's no opening right now. His libs are going to siege up. The Queens say, get the F out of here. Command Center does lift off. That Liberator goes down. The Marines try to add on top of that, but they're not going to be able to fight through these too quickly. It's only 1-1 upgrades, and the Liberated Siege is in range. Oh, that was the one thing that REYNOR hadn't even noticed coming in, but it only gets 2 workers there. REYNOR gets massive damage, resets HEROMARINE to the Stone Age, and HEROMARINE's got to say, how the heck did I miss that? How did I miss that coming across this map? He's going to have to start setting Widow Mines up out there. REYNOR's still ready for round 17 of that. These Marines are going to get another couple of Queens, and finally back on off as the last few Marines are the only ones remaining. Another big drop coming in towards the main base. This could be huge, but his third base is going to get wrecked. Widow Mine will not get the big shot in time. Yes, it will. But the SCVs have just transferred out to their death. The main base is in big trouble. HEROMARINE has not burrowed his Widow Mines. He's not burrowed his Widow Mines. Picks up the Marines. The Widow Mine's unable to fire. That one shoots an egg like the absolute fucking gronk of a Widow Mine that it is. Marines creating a Zergling meat grinder on the front, but not before another 12 SCVs have gone down. This game is turning to a shit fest. Both players taking massive damage right now, but this could turn around so quickly because remember, REYNOR, I always favor in a scrap fest, in a scrappy game, and no mining on the third is a disaster. You've got to rebuild your SCVs as HEROMARINE, but he's not leaving any defenses there. He's not setting up for it. REYNOR is escalating the shit show. HEROMARINE is trying to fight aggression with aggression, but I think this is a very scary run by those Zerglings. Oh my god, the same way he's beaten Serral multiple times in championships, the Zergling headbutt, the way where he shoves through the units, and because they're not in hold position, they actually get pushed out of the way. Oh, REYNOR, you cheeky little fucker. Marines coming in from that right side. The Liberator should not be sieging on that. That is like 14 Queens right there. Zerglings in the natural running amok. He's got to deal with that. The Marines do deal with it. Just 4 SCVs go down. But guys, look at the worker count. If this resets and calms down, REYNOR and resaturates this base, he's good. If he keeps killing these workers though, and does that, REYNOR just wins the game. HEROMARINE's got to pull these SCVs back. I mean, he's going to kill the 4th, though. Oh, he loses some Marines in the main, but he's still got a bunch of guys on the fuck ledge there. For those who don't know, the fuck ledge is Zerg's least favorite spot. No. Repair. Oh my god, HEROMARINE. He might be eliminating REYNOR from this entire last chance tournament here. The Ling Bane coming in, the fuck ledge still being an absolute pain in the ass. One rando Marine says, "Fight me, you dickheads! Let's go! Let's go, you fucking cowards!" And does get a taste of 2 banelings on the face. Hell, it's still a pretty cost-efficient engagement for him, isn't it? Meanwhile, Marines are pushing down the right side. We've got 2 Liberators coming in as well. He wants to keep killing this base, but if he can't defend his third, I still worry for HEROMARINE. He's got a scary army, but oh my god, the Queens. The Queens in the open. There's no banelings here right now. This could be a big turning moment If those queens all go down, the Liberators will destroy everything. But speaking of destroy everything, the third goes down one more time. Marines in the main base coming on in. They're going to kill a few of these drones. If the Banelings find these Marines, that could be game-changing. He gets about 8 Marines down. The Liberators will fall. And if he breaks the wall, REYNOR wins the game. He pulls back and gets the friendly fire. REYNOR baiting the friendly fire through. Widowmines alone will not defend this base. He has to retreat to the main. Hero Marine's natural is being breached. His third is in trouble. This is such a big issue right now. SCV is forced to fight Zerglings. REYNOR might not be able to mine off his fourth, but he is happy to do that because he can't even let Hero Marine mine off his natural. Hero Marine finally stabilizing the natural. Hero Marine has abandoned the fuck ledge in the main. He's killing more drones there. Oh, full medevac gets shot down by the queens on the right side. He cannot afford any more losses like that. The 3 Marines in the main going to evacuate. He's going to go back to the ledge potentially. 4th base never got killed. He's got to finish this 4th base off. He gets it, but he's going to lose all of his Marines. And that will be that. That will end the game. It will seal the deal. REYNOR not only regains control over his 4th base, but he's got a 5th coming up. He's deflected the push in the main. His creep is out there, and Hero Marine just lost far too many workers there. This was such a close game. I honestly, this is the sort of game where we've got to say Hero Marine needed some spotters further out on the map to see the run-bys coming. His Widow Mines were in too much of a defensive stance, and that's why he was never able to respond. It's always, he only sees it as it gets to his base. If you see that 20, 30 seconds ahead, you can evacuate ahead of time, but he did not have a chance to do it. And oh, the Widow Mines on their own, they get decent hits, but then they all get cleared up, and REYNOR fights back. A stressful shit show of a game. An absolute goddamn mess. And I mean, damn, man, this was just a wild, wild, wild game. I gotta say, that one Marine, I love the one Marine. I don't know where he came from. Let's try and figure out where that one brave Marine came from that ended up down there, guys. I think it was even before here. Was it this point? Let's go back a few minutes, maybe. I don't even know, man. This game just got absolutely wild. And just incredible play from REYNOR, guys. Incredible play from Hero Marine. Real bummer for Hero Marine to not get out of this Group B. But yeah, just super sick play. So let's take a look at what goes on. I mean, he's down there. He's abusing that angle. I'm trying to see, how did this Marine get here? Like, what even in the world happened? I think it might have been even earlier than this. Yeah, it was. Okay, let's go back to like, what, 10, 8 minutes? Something like that? We've got to check out how that Marine got there. I want to, the genesis of that Marine, you know? So we're going to find him. We'll find him soon. Whoa! There he is. Oh, okay. So they accidentally. So look at this. So he goes to drop there, and he tries to drop there. Then one Marine runs out of space and unloads on the low ground. One Marine, Rambo. Rambo says, "Let me at him!" So he accidentally gets dropped there, and then he runs down here. And obviously Hero Marine's not aware of it. And he's here for like 11 minutes and like 13 seconds. Dickhead, let's go! This is when you're playing natural selection and your one buddy just thinks running into the hive on his own is the way to get it done. You're like, that's not helping, man. Hold my beer. A true Hero Marine. Oh man, what an awesome series and an awesome group, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. We'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye and good night.